situation with the other two people that I said on Twitter was a situation where my behavior was unacceptable, and I understand that, and I will continue to strive to do better.
I went on this mental health journey. I realized that there's a lot going on in the world, and I know I just need to step away, and I know I just need to take care of myself.
I broke away from that group. I'm doing my own thing. I've never felt better. My community's stronger than ever. I'm pulling more views than ever, and I'm personally a lot more happy as a human.
Me and Ash, we were completely played by this asshole. And he is now manipulating his audience as well. He has manipulated them before. He has lied to them about taking therapy when he didn't, and he confessed to that.
Thank you everyone so much who's been reaching out and sending me encouraging messages and hoping I'm okay, and even just wondering where I am. The support you guys give me is unparalleled, and it's something that I will never take for granted.
He couldn't own up to his actions. So now I have to sit here and hope at least enough people hear me and hear my cry for help. He does not deserve his platform.
Hey, it's your Uncle Herman here, and I am still an alpha male. Now, today I'm going to be talking about Craig Thompson, known online as miniladd, a gaming YouTuber famous for his gameplay and meme-related videos and infamous for the recent allegations against him, so let's jump right into it. Craig started making YouTube videos back in 2011 and has amassed over 5 million subscribers on his miniladd main channel since then. He seems to appeal to a younger audience and has been a staple of the gaming community on YouTube for the past few years, gaining large amounts of views and subscribers for his gaming and trolling montages. However, his career took a turn recently when very serious allegations came out against him, with evidence of him sharing inappropriate images and conversations with his underage fans. So it brings up the question of, should someone like this be able to carry on being supported by YouTube, especially when you have people like Leafy being banned, Markiplier being striked, and then nothing for someone who admits to criminal activity involving minors? Your move, YouTube. But before we get into the recent allegations, this is not the first time that Craig has been in hot water on the internet. In fact, it could be argued that the downfall of his public image began back in 2018. You see, up until this point, Craig had been growing significantly. His channel was hitting one milestone after the other, and he was gaining notoriety on the platform, so much so that he started collaborating with the popular channel Vanoss Gaming, and became close with a group of gamers that would frequently collaborate with each other, notably including Vanoss and Terrorizer. However, in 2018, fans started to notice that Craig had stopped playing with these people, and when he was asked about it in streams, things started to turn sour. He would brag about how well he was doing without them and mocking the games that they were playing, creating a strangely hostile environment.
Damn. For all this time, they're still playing Gmod? I mean, they kicked me out of all their chat, so I have no idea what the hell they're doing, so... They're still... Damn! I wasn't kicked. Oh my god, alright. So, just to clear up any drama, I'm going off and doing my own thing. And then I saw her face! Alright, just to clear up some shit. I wasn't kicked. All they did was play Fortnite and Gmod and then talk shit about other YouTubers. So I said, f that. I broke away from that group. I'm doing my own thing. I've never felt better. My community's stronger than ever. I'm pulling more views than ever. And I'm personally a lot more happy as a human. So that's what happened. Anyways.
The situation got quite messy, with each party going back and forth on streams and Twitter, starting rumours about each other.
And then he decided on stream to badmouth myself and my friends. Well, mainly just my friends. And I didn't appreciate that. So, I don't play with the guy lately. Because he's going on his meme streams talking shit about us. It's not cool. So, that's why.
Personally, I don't think that the rumours themselves are important here for the sake of this video. I will link the sources in the description if you want to know more about that situation in detail, but what I wanted to bring up here was the fact that Craig has shown us a few of his true colours before. He has shown a lack of respect for people, even those he once considered friends, and he has blamed his actions on his mental health, and I would never want to discredit someone's mental health struggles, but your struggles can't always be a fallback for your terrible behaviour. But whilst this was all going on, Craig has been engaging in even darker activities behind the scenes, and that brings us to the allegations that have surfaced in June of this year, when 2 people came forwards about how Craig had manipulated them online when he was in his 20s and they were underage. The first to come forward was Halley, when she posted a Twitlonger explaining her experiences with Craig. She detailed that when I was 16, around the time Craig and his ex had broken up, he was severely depressed. I saw the dark side of him with his depression, and I would choose out of respect to keep that private unless it involves what I'll be talking about. It took me years to realise that he used his suicidal tendencies to pity him into not talking about these things publicly. The fact that I can't look at his name without thinking about the shit he did really bugs me to this day, so that being said, this is my story. I honestly don't remember when or why Craig and I started talking more. I think it was more so I was worried for him and tried to be a good friend because of the breakup at the time, so I was there for him, direct messaging him through Twitter during my classes, listening to his worries about his ex, or even just to talk. Then things started to get more personal and darker with the conversations. He would go to me for venting to see if there were ways to get back to his ex or help her change and whatnot. Of course, me trying to be a good friend, I listened to everything he had to say and even said sure there's hope in changing her and shit like that. Even shit talked about her with him, which was very wrong of me, I'll admit. I was being a bit of an arse kisser. Reason being was I had a crush on him. He knew that. I had to sometimes sit and listen to him talk about how he got an erection over his ex or whatever, despite him knowing how I felt about him. But then, don't remember why, but we were joking around to where I said something about his dick being small. I guess he took it personally, as you will see in the replies of our conversation that started on Twitter, that he moved to Discord so that he could delete photos he sent me. He sent me pictures of him in his underwear to show off his bulge of his penis, which I didn't ask for at all. I want to clarify that the reason I was acting cool with it was because I had a crush on him, and I didn't really know better. Remember, I was a minor, I was 16, he knew that I liked him, sent me those photos to someone he knew liked him for a boost of ego. The worst part is, I was not the only person he's done this to. With someone else who will come out that I will retweet, she experienced much more weird shit to say to minor. That'll be Ash's place to say. I think a year after the situation happened with him sending me photos, I confronted him about it and he apologised and he said he knew he hurt me and regrets it. However, it makes me question if he said that just so I didn't turn against him and help expose him. The fact I had to even question it even to this day truly says a lot. She posted screenshots of inappropriate DMs sent between herself and Craig when she was underage. She then posted a follow-up video which detailed this further.
I felt so fucking terrified. I was just trying to be a good friend. And I thought that's what he thought I was, but all I was a goddamn tool. A goddamn tool to keep anybody from knowing who he truly was. I was a way to keep people silent, and I feel so bad for sticking up for him when knowing the shit he has done. In fairness, yes, I was a kid. I was a fucking kid. I was so afraid he was gonna be mad at me. I was afraid he was gonna do something to himself if I did say something. It's rough. It's really, really rough. How much of a fucking massive ego can you have? How much of a fucking disgusting human being can you be to think you have a right on this platform? We already have terrible people on here. We don't need you. We need you fucking away. We need you actually in getting actual help and just staying away. You do not need to be on this platform. He was on Discord talking to his mods the whole time on his break, finding himself, never. Sure, the part about him going to Ireland, true. But the reason? Bullshit. You wanted to run away, because that's all you can do to save your ass. I cared about you. And you took advantage of that.
Now this shows Craig using his power over this young fan of his to initiate sexual conversations, and the uneven power dynamic on top of the fact that Halley was a minor paints a pretty awful and disgusting picture of Craig's true character. After Halley came forwards, another girl by the name of Ash posted a Twitlonger detailing similar experiences with Craig. This detailed equally damning allegations. She said that when I was 16 I was a huge fan of Craig and his friends. I made a fan account for him on Twitter to make friends with other people and became good friends with an amazing group of girls. We had a group chat where we talked daily and would often tweet Craig in the hopes of being tweeted back. One of the girls in the group tweeted Craig asking if he wanted to join the group chat, and by our surprise he said yes. He followed the girl who tweeted him initially and was added, where we all chatted for a little bit before he left. Nothing out of the ordinary happened and we were so excited to have been able to talk to someone we looked up to. A little later he followed me and sent me a DM to say he would not have been added to the group chat if it hadn't been for me. I was confused as I had no part in him joining the group chat but was excited anyways. He told me if I ever needed anything I could reach out, and then he began to discuss his recent breakup and how poorly it was affecting his mental health health, so I told him he could do the same. I was over the moon to feel so close to the person I was infatuated with. We were casually friendly for a while with many tweets back and forth and the occasional DM. He added me on Snapchat where we chatted here and there, nothing super deep. Things took a sharp turn when we were chatting on Snapchat one day and the subject of virginity came up. He asked me if I was a virgin and I said yes. He then asked if he could take my virginity and I told him yes. Things escalated from there and it's hard to recall specifics from so long ago, especially from Snapchat where chat history gets deleted. I remember my family had a trip planned to California to visit family for my birthday and he asked if I would be able to come over to his house to have sex. I told him it would probably be a long shot because I was still 17 and my parents probably wouldn't let me out alone. My stepdad ended up having minor health complications that made us have to cancel our trip, a blessing in disguise. Although I never went to physically meet him, things continued to be sexual. We called a few times on Discord and he asked me for nudes quite often. I initially told him I wasn't comfortable sending things like that, but I was afraid after a while he would lose interest, so I complied. I can't say exactly how many pictures or videos were exchanged, but it was quite a few. He initiated nearly every conversation because I was too intimidated to message him first in fear of bothering him. All of this went on for around 6 months when we started messaging less and less. My infatuation died and I was no longer looking through rose-tinted glasses. I gained a lot of perspective and I felt used. Someone I looked up to and admired took advantage of that to get what he wanted. I ended up telling my friends who had no idea any of this was going on. They were outraged and wanted me to come forward right away. The only reason I didn't was to protect his girlfriend at the time. A few of his mods would do his dirty work for him and message me and my friends about wanting to come forward to keep us quiet. They defended him and would say he's changed and it's not worth ruining his career. Now, after these allegations had come out, Craig had no choice really but to address them on Twitter, and he did so by posting a Notes app apology saying that he takes full responsibility for his behaviour and that he now sees how inappropriate it was, saying that it was unacceptable and he will now be seeking professional help to change his behaviour. But realising that it was inappropriate now, in my opinion, is far too late, and this post inadvertently incriminated him as he admits and takes responsibility for manipulating, harassing and sending inappropriate messages and pictures to minors. Now, admitting to this is better than deflecting and lying, but the bar is so low at this point that he has proven time and time again that he cannot be trusted, especially around his young fans, and it brings into question his position on this platform and whether he should be able to keep posting YouTube videos and earning a living off of them when he's admitted to sending messages like these. He posted a video on the 4th of September titled Clearing the Air, where he further addresses the allegations and says that he was getting better now by going to therapy and that he would continue to use his platform for good. And I don't doubt that he has occasionally used his platform for good, for example by doing philanthropic work. However, someone who can manipulate underage girls that he knew were his fans, whether he claims to be a completely new person now or not, should not continue to have a platform as large as he does, in my opinion. Yet he continues to post as normal after a brief intermission to his young and impressionable fans with seemingly no long-term repercussions. And so that's why I don't trust miniladd, and I don't think that he is facing nearly enough repercussions for the acts that he has committed. He has used the power dynamic that YouTube has given him to manipulate people, and that to me does not deserve a platform. So I have as always been your Uncle Herman. You can like and subscribe if you feel like it, or not if you don't feel like it. I know I've been away for a while, I feel like every YouTuber says that, but I am planning on coming back and I've got a few videos lined up for the rest of this month, so I hope to see you very soon.